Where was that clip from?
That was from Tropic Thunder, if I'm not mistaken.
Tropic Thunder, yeah.
I still need to see that.
Hey, everybody, welcome to
Thunder.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, that was Tropic Thunder.
Every time I want to see it, it gets taken down.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Legion of Memers meme stream on Saturdays. Thank you so much for joining us. It seems to be a relatively smaller show today. Everybody's probably sleeping and relaxing over the weekend, so enjoy yourselves. I just wanted to say thank you for chat coming in here early and dropping all these chats here. We got Horny Alf, Skirmitar, and who do we have here? We got the Shagsworth, our special guest today. Hey, Shags, how you doing, mate?
Pretty good, dude. Just nursing myself back to health.
Yeah, something's been going around, so I don't know what it is, but I hope you get better soon, man.
I blame my kids.
Yeah.
Little balls of disease.
We got Kenzo in the chat. I just wanted to give a shout out to you, man. You absolutely are on fire with your artwork. I wanted to share this real quick. Look at that beautiful piece of art, man.
It's pretty cool.
Thank you, Kenzo. That is freaking amazing, and I can't wait to see what the future has for you, because I can see right now you're only getting started, mate. I'm so excited to see.
Detail.
Yeah, it's freaking amazing, man.
We got like a online portfolio. Like, that's something I would love to see.
I'm not sure, Kenzo. Do me a favor. If you do have one, reach out to Shags. He'll check out your stuff.
Yeah, shoot me a DM, man. I'd love to. Slide into my DMs.
We got Sun Tzu's Ghost in the chat. Big shout out to him. Had the first live stream with on the midweek hump this week. That went pretty long, so
it was Monkey versus Ape.
That was pretty good. And
Zalakai?
Yeah, I was going to pronounce it weirdly. Yeah, Zalakai, I guess.
Zalati?
I was going to put chai.
Kolachi. That's
it. The CH is the ch sound, so I can do that, unlike certain people in the world.
I'm convinced you're just clearing out your throat.
Yeah.
So just quickly, CJP, introduce yourself to people who don't know you.
Well, I'm CJP, ForgottenOneMusic. Do music on YouTube and, of course, memeing as much as I can. Well, within the realm of, having kids and work and, the bullshit. But, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to actually, meet Shags face-to-face-ish. But, I like to, checking out them hump and I'm watching the midweek hump and, like I said, you guys building what you guys are building. And, we just want to ride those coattails until you kick us off like Captain Kirk on the Genesis planet.
And we got DermyWermy as well, without the, what's her name?
Without the wig, Dermaranth?
Yeah, there you go.
And also, I'm awake this week. Unlike last week, where I basically just sat back and let everybody else do the heavy lifting.
It's 2 p.m., man. Get up.
That's what you get for 24 hours of poking your mom.
Oh, my God.
You see, the start of that and the end of that, two very different things.
We also got, Ruben is here. Hey, Ruben, how you doing, mate?
I got to meet Ruben.
Dude.
Ruben's a cool dude, man.
Yeah, man, he's a freaking gangster.
Ew, I want that hat.
I mean, you could probably get it anywhere now, no?
Yeah, I need to find one.
So, so what's been going on this week, guys? You guys have been memeing like crazy.
Just some bobs have changed. Bobs have changed. Just some actors that once was on some sort of sci-fi show spoke up about Elon, and there was something that happened last night. Nothing really big, just some two hippies going at it.
Yeah,
been slapped by a captain.
That was quite a bit of drama. And you know what? I think I think if you guys want to talk about it, I'm totally good with it. Adam is a good dude, so I'm always down to have his back.
I'm Team Space Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect what Tim does, and he kind of got me into actually doing my own research for things. But he's very much changed since the old days on Joe Rogan, with him going hardcore on the people on Twitter. Things have changed, and then the whole Jack Murphy craziness, and then this. He didn't even put out a live stream for the Jack Murphy stuff. But he decided to do a live stream today on what happened with Adam. So I'm just thinking it's mainly damage control right now. It makes me me very annoyed.
It's for sure damage control, because you can't let one guy have all the say, and then because I mean he essentially pulled Tim's pants down a bit and left him standing there. But like, I don't know. I think
Lydia was trying to pull his pants down, but
yeah, dude, people become a victim of their own success. Tim has always struck me as a perfectionist. Even as Adam said, like he's an extremely hard worker, and you can tell. Like even before the whole big compound was up, when he was first going on Rogan talking about Twitter, he discussed like his mobile studio and everything, how he's doing stuff like remotely everywhere and didn't really have a home. So like there's a lot of stuff like he really put his nose to the grindstone for a lot of years, way before all this stuff happened. But you become so good and you become so successful with things that you need things a certain way, and you throw a relatively pretty girl in the mix, girlfriend's not around, things get crazy, it's hard. And when you start making money the way Tim made money, it's I don't know, man, it's not an excuse for his behavior, but it doesn't surprise me, honestly.
I mean, listen, we before we hopped on the stream, the Quartering put out what I thought was a fair video about the whole situation. I think he made a few good points about, people are adults. If they want to sleep with each other, they can sleep with each other. But as I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there was an interview I had with Mr. Gregory. Thank you very much for that. I had a lot of fun. I was really nervous about it, but you guys came out for a lot of support, and I was able to sleep the next night, which was fantastic. He asked me a question of what was the best advice your father ever gave to you. And you know what the answer was? Don't shit where you eat.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought of actually when he went over that part. I was like, yeah, you shouldn't shit where you eat. But
Best advice my dad ever gave me.
Unless you're at Taco Bell.
Smoke them if you got them, Johnny.
Right.
Oh, don't boink crazy.
Well,
don't boink crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
But you never know till afterwards half the time. But so I mean, I thought it was a relatively fair video, especially considering that like a lot of it's drama, related and everything like that. And we try not to get into the drama stuff, but sometimes you just got to talk about this. We're not like Tim was with Jack Murphy, where he completely ignored a lot of the things that were said.
I thought that was weird.
Yeah,
there's context to everything. That's the important part, and that's where my criticism of the Quarterings video is the context. He said, well, consenting adults. Well, they were consenting adults that were, from all accounts, cheating on their significant others, and Lydia always is the holier than thou one.
Yeah.
So when you get a holier than thou mentality, even though you are sinning, that can grind people the wrong way.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like Adam stuck up for what he believed in anyway. Like he was already.
Well, you got to respect somebody doing that, especially when it comes to somebody as powerful. Like, say what you want about Tim, but he has a lot of power behind him, like a lot. So I mean,
Daddy Joe.
Yeah, you got to be really careful, when it comes to things like that, because you never know what kind of retribution somebody like that is gonna give.
Yeah.
Tim does great work, but I have lost a lot of respect for him.
Well, I mean, you can lose respect for the man. Well, you could lose
Yes, I
respect for
respect the
him, but
hustle.
like I respect his ethic. You know, like
Yeah.
his work ethic is something to be admired, because he is so thorough with everything. I think I tweeted out the other day, like I think his beanie's a little tight nowadays. Like I think he's going down some roads that are like, I don't know, like even a couple years ago he would have said is crazy, but you know, again, I think it comes with the territory. You get so successful, you can just start saying shit. And I think Tim's a bad troll. I think he thinks he's a good troll, but he's not.
Yeah, he tries to pull Michael Malice and just comes off looking like a douche.
Yeah, he's not him at all.
You know, that's
There was
why I
a reason
appreciate.
he was trending. There was a reason.
See, that's the difference. You know, I think there's a different community that is, you know, more in the Tim Pool spectrum. There's a lot less humor and, you know, lightheartedness when it comes to what he does as opposed to what all of us do. You know, we still talk about the hard and difficult subjects, but we do it in a way where it's like, okay, this sucks, but here's a happy pill.
Right.
You know, and you know, the thing I appreciate about this community is that people like Tim Pool, they make a lot of money off super chats, and he's very appreciative of it. Like, it's great, but sometimes you got to show that appreciation. You have different live streamers within the fellowship that literally have specific shows for the super chats.
Yeah.
And that's really important because people work hard for their money, and when they give it to you, I mean, fine, it could be $1, it could be $2, it could be 50 cents. It's still something, and somebody worked for that.
I think Tim is at the point where, I mean, he has such a large show. He feels that whatever money comes in is money earned. It's not like you and I and all of us, like in the fellowship, even someone as big as Gary and Critical Drinker, like those guys appreciate the money because it's what keeps them going. But like they're having fun doing this. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Tim's not having fun doing what he's doing, but it's gotten to a point where like it's just expected of people. Like I'm doing the hard work. Give me your money. I don't need to go through every single one. Where we don't think of it like that. We think of it like every dollar that we get is like it's a total blessing that someone just forked over to us, you know, for no reason. And that's where Tim has strayed from the path. Is like he needs to get back to understanding how important his audience is. The reason he is where he is A, because of his hard work, but B, because he has a very solid audience that they believe in what he's doing. So honor that, you know. I mean, yes, keep putting out content, but to some extent you need to find a way that people feel the love coming back. And I don't think his audience has felt that in a long time.
Yeah. You know, I feel the love actually right now, but I'm not going to be going on the streets doing this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We'll probably be getting super chats to not.
God,
do
why
this.
am I the left out skinhead? Come on.
I mean, I don't know who's uglier, me or Grant Gregory.
You. I don't know. Grant's
It's
pretty.
a tie there, Grant.
I'm like a freaking methlete right there.
You know, Brightest Day actually. Hi, Brightest Day. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming in. You have a great point. You know, Tim's show is not really a memeable show. He's not going to bring your stuff up and, you know, laugh at it. There's just not a lot of humor in that show.
You can get there's sometimes when like the meme actually works.
Yeah,
You know,
if
when
it's
you get,
relevant and to the topic, bring it up.
You know, Jack Murphy. After the Jack Murphy situation, that became a very memeable moment. There was recently, I can't remember who it was. Milo. When Milo came on and called Ian a moron because of his drug use, that was a memeable moment. You get moments, but Tim doesn't see it like that.
Well, Tim's walking this, like, again, this is like Tim walks this line where Tim Gas IRL is a total amalgamation of different personalities and everything. Like I consider it much like that show should be modeled more around like what Friday Night Tights does, or even the Midweek Hump, where it's just like, sure, we can get into the fun stuff, but like Milo's a good example. Like he's gonna poke at people and have fun. And Tim wants to run his show like, oh, no, don't do that. You know, we're gonna stick to this. Which again, you can walk that line and do it, but still have a good time. Like he needs to save his serious stuff for his individual segments of news, and control that way. And then his Wednesday shows, you could still have a formula, but allow people to have like the good back and forth. And I think he's just taking it a little too far.
It's,
I really hated that neurotic
I would watch it and at the end just feel so depressed, man. It's like, all right, everything's going to crap. What am I going to do about it? As opposed to watching like Friday Night Tights, where all right, everything's going crap. I'm going to meme about it, or I'm going to do a video about it. Like, do something about it.
Laugh,
I'm going to be the violinist on the Titanic, just playing as it goes down.
Laughing maniacally the whole time.
Find a way to have fun, and then focus on the good. Like, we are winning some parts here and there, but every time when it's Tim, it's like, we're not winning, we're losing, we're here, civil war.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I think Tim needs? I think Tim needs some ranch in his life.
Yes. Look, is that my hair?
Yeah.
Wait, is the bra the hair?
Oh, it's a bra? Oh my god.
I can smell that from here, and it's not satisfying.
Yeah, you really can.
Smells like a liberal arts campus.
Oh my god.
I've been to those. That's next level.
I was want to say,
think of is the restaurant in Grandma's Boy that they send him to, where it's all like we've got this organic and that
Oh yeah. Do I have to shit in a fucking plant?
I just watched that the other day. I hadn't seen that in years.
Sorry for interrupting. Yeah, you Shags, you were saying?
Oh no, I was just saying to Cap Cook, like he does that. I mean, because it's Timcast IRL, it's not Guestcast IRL. He used to do that. He used to like focus on his guests stuff a little bit more. Like he'd have certain people on at certain times that might specialize in whatever news was happening at the time. But I think as especially this year has progressed, he's gotten way more away from that and really focused on halting conversations so he can control the flow. And I noticed it a lot in the Milo episode, because it was a really good episode and Milo wanted to talk and Tim kept like stopping him and it was like, just let the guy go. Like,
I think Mags has a great point. And hey, Mags, how you doing? Well, thanks for coming and modding. I appreciate you. She said there needs to be an organic flow of conversation and not have it so rigid. She's 100% right.
That was Adam's complaint. That one of the biggest complaint is let your guests talk. That was my complaint on the neurotic episode. I was so excited for that episode, and Gary barely got to do anything. It's like this is a perfect moment for the worlds to collide, and no.
I've heard that from many people. Like even so friend of mine, Gothix, she went on Timcast as well, and she had the same criticisms. Was like, you kind of have to learn like when to talk. Like he kind of gives visual cues a lot of times, but he's very much in control of what he's doing. And that's it, unless you're a big personality like Milo, who's just going to like steamroll you if you don't, if you don't let him go. And he did a couple times in that episode.
Milo or Alex.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But that's why he has like certain people like Seamus and, Ian. Like Ian's not gonna like try and Tim just has the authority over him, like over everyone. Like he just has a bigger personality. So like when you have big personalities like Milo on, who is even bigger than Tim, it's really nice to see, because he gets put in his place a little bit. You have to be a little boisterous to get over him.
I miss Seamus right now.
Yeah, Seamus was a good guy to have on. Sure. But have you considered that Tim grew up in Vice on the wrong side of the golden handcuffs?
Yeah. Yep.
It kind of sounds like he tried to put golden handcuffs on Adam.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. It sounds like he went from like against corpos to becoming one.
Right. Well, and here's the thing too. I don't mean to talk endlessly, but like
this is my show. Shut up.
Anytime.
You're wrong.
Like, you don't want to lose your way, and I'm sure Adam would agree with this, like to an extent. Like you have to value your money, right? Like Like, you can't let people take money from you. It is Tim's show or whatever. It has his name on it or whatever. But like I was saying pre-show, you can't lose like where you came from. Like, who is responsible for this show? Tim and Adam. Like, that's where this originated. And approaching someone being like, hey, we're really successful, we're making lots of money, but you have to make less now. Like, excuse me? Usually when this happens, you get a pay raise. You know what I mean? So it's, you can't lose focus. Like, you need to make money. You can't let people steal money from you, but you need to give credit where it's due and pay people what they've earned.
I mean, that's one of the rules of the Legion. We always give credit where credit is due. That's just how it is. If you don't give credit where credit is due, then everything is always going to fall apart.
Right.
Because people feel as if they've been scorned.
Yep. I have like notes. I have a whole like notepad thing like written down of like, when monetization comes, how I would split things up with the co-hosts and stuff if we were ever to like hit a certain threshold. I've already started like thinking about that because, people who are involved with the inception of the show and who have pushed the midweek hump to where it is or where it's going, like, they deserve a piece of what has happened. Like, I am not successful on my own. Like, that show, whatever that show brings in, can be shared with the people who are part of it. Like, it's just how it
better
goes.
to do it as a team and have your whole team rise up with you than to be, the lone man at the top of the mountain.
Right. And it's up to the person who's in charge. Like, if I run the midweek hump, it's incumbent on me to set the standard. This is what I expect of you guys. If you guys want a cut of this, you know what I mean? Like, so I have to lay the ground rules in the long run, because without that, you guys aren't going to know. You're just going to be expecting something, but that's not how the world works, right? You don't just show up at your job and get money every 2 weeks. Like, you have tasks that you're assigned. Well, yeah, some of us, but you know what I mean? Like,
all I got to do is, yeah.
I've been a musician for years, and this is always the worst thing that breaks up a group if you're trying to put a band together, is how that split works.
Yeah.
And for the band that I'm in now, I mean, it's really been me and the bass player for years, and almost all of the equipment is his. Right. So we always make sure he gets the bigger cut, because we have to maintain his equipment. Right. We have to haul his equipment. Yeah. And then he's the one paying the taxes on it. So I've never had an issue with that, but people coming in that are used to, hey, we made $500 that night, we split it, 5 different ways. It just doesn't work that way in a real business sense. And it's just so hard to get people to understand that mentality. It's the people that are like, well, Elon Musk has all this money, he give everyone else all this money. Yeah. I'm like, well, no, it doesn't work like that. He's the one that's made the risk. He put the time and the money and the effort into it, building that empire of his. Yeah. Yeah, people forget that mentality, and that's how you weed people out early. Is like, who's in this because it's fun and it's what you love to do. Those are the people who are like, yeah, whatever. Like, like, pay me what I'm due. It's the people who you can see like counting their shekels like every day. Wait a minute, I think I'm short. Like, hey, you've been here for 2 weeks, bro. You've played one show. Like, we'll renegotiate after whatever. It's like
Shags knows that I only deal in shekels.
No schmuck.
Oh, sorry. You're on my show now. Nice.
Look at me. This is my show now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I kind of expected the that meme.
Captain Phillips meme.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the people that like give their work when you're just starting off that are going to be the ones that to stick with. That's my 2 cents on it. Just because at the end of the day, everybody's putting in all this effort to help grow something, and those are the people that you got to stick with, because they were with you in the beginning and they will be with you in the end.
Communication's always big with this shit, like when you let too much time pass and everything, like, you start growing at a pretty big rate. Money comes in. If you haven't had multiple conversations with your people in that time, like you're missing the boat, because people are expecting something, like if your band blows up and you guys start selling out places, and you know what I mean, like you're going to expect to like, oh, you know, maybe we could like revisit, you know, you'd expect to maybe revisit how you split things or whatever, you know, or I don't know, like there's always needs to be communication within groups. That's why like I'll send a bunch of messages in our Discord or whatever on our show, because like I just want to make sure topics are good. If someone doesn't like it, then they can like, you know, let me know. It's if you don't communicate with your people, they're going to be in the dark, and then they're going to feel slighted when they're not communicated with.
Well, this is what happened to Nirvana. You know, right before Nevermind came out, they had a very even split. Nevermind comes out, they blow up. Kurt Cobain becomes this huge icon of music, and he changed the split to where it was like 70 him and then 30 for the other two guys.
Yeah, and then he blew off his own head.
Yeah, well,
I thought he painted.
I still maintain Courtney Love may not have pulled the trigger, but she was in the room and instigated it.
Yeah, obviously,
because she is straight up my generation's Yoko Ono.
My generation
get that calendar going for me, Ruben. We gotta post it on stream.
Ooh, bunch of donuts. Maybe I should make.
I'm gonna be missed December.
You know? Oh, me and you went to the same spot, you know.
Hey, if anybody should be missed December, it's me.
No, I'm obviously Miss March.
So I saw a whole bunch of topics that people wanted to talk about. Does anybody know anything about the Strange New World?
I might go see it tonight.
Why?
My kids saw the preview and were like, I want to see that. So we might. I don't know. There's also a Christmas thing going on in town too.
Okay.
So I'm glad my kids are actually out of that stage now. They're both moody teenagers now. So.
I don't know how you can survive with kids in this day with all this propaganda all over the place. It sounds awful. I mean, kids are a blessing, but with Strange New Worlds, I haven't looked much into it. All I have is like the peripheral, but it's apparently uber woke, and it's failing hard.
Well,
it is doing
but
worse.
It's a weekend where like there's zero competition besides Wakanda Forever.
Because also it has the Disney stain. Wakanda Forever, all things considered, if it wasn't woke and crazy and have all this baggage behind it, that's $1 billion movie there. All of Phase 4 was $1 billion movie.
Even the dog is disabled in this?
Yes. The dog is disabled.
Oh my God. Like, listen, if you give the dog the wheels and give him like speed or whatever, that's great. But just a disabled dog.
You had the Brianna Wu tweet there, right? On the part before that. I think she talks about it. I don't know.
I don't always have like a huge. I don't know. I don't care about characters' orientations or anything. Mm-hmm. It's when it becomes a central feature of the movie or that person, like, oh, guess what? This guy is this. It's like, that's not how storytelling works. You know, like you're supposed to.
Exactly what happened to that Netflix vampire show. Why?
That's what's happening.
Oh, yeah. I only saw the second. I saw the second season. I was done.
They specifically said this is a show about teenage vampires or teenage lesbians who happen to be vampires. If it had been about vampires who happen to be teenage lesbians, it probably would have been done better because their focus would have been on the vampire part,
right?
And the teenage lesbian part would have just organically fit in there.
And more boobs. Wait, no, these are teenagers.
Well, yeah. But I mean, the problem is they so focus on the message and box ticking that story, character development, all of the stuff that actually makes a good movie or TV show goes right out the window.
Yeah.
But you take a look at like Brianna Wu's tweet there. Oh, you just pulled it down. That is how their mentality is. Main protagonist is gay. Older people don't find it remarkable. Biracial marriage. Almost no one white. Climate change metaphor. Even the dog is disabled. All they care about is that box checking. They don't care about character development. This is how they're marketing this movie, through the box checking and not through the actual story.
Yeah, it's weird that, again, this is the problem. And I'll say we are privy to this bullshit because we're in the sphere and Twitter and stuff.
Yeah,
The majority of people
normies
aren't seeing this necessarily. Like
They're not
my
seeing
kids
this
won't.
aspect.
What's that?
They're not seeing this aspect, but they're
Right.
starting to, this is the other part of how normies work. Last thing was crap. Do I want to keep going back to what is possibly more crap? That's how they start acting. So,
Well, and like the thing is too is like my kids probably won't pick up on any of this stuff. Like, I mean, they're 5 and 3, so they probably won't understand what any of it means. And like for the characters that I've seen, like they look like what the main character looks like a girl. Like I can't really tell if it's a girl or boy.
I think it's a boy.
Yes, but that's what I mean is like it's so like ambiguous looking. Like I don't know. It's just I can't stand the marketing behind this. Like this tweet like just turns me off from it. I don't care. Like you could do all of this stuff and not say it, and we would probably enjoy the movie. You know, there's just no point.
So it's like they're already damaging it before it's even come out.
Yeah, but that's how a lot of the stuff has been done. They care more about the check mark. They don't care about the story. They don't care about the character. They just care about the propaganda. We were here at one point in time. Now we're here again. When you destroy art, when you have rules.
Yeah,
well, they're trying to make sure that they keep their ESG score up. That's all they're doing. They don't care about money. They don't care about people actually liking this stuff. Is their ESG score set? We're good.
Well, and is Bob Iger going to save them?
And to what about said, like I don't. Yes, more kids are identifying as alphabet, but I think it's because their parents and teachers are pushing it to them and talking to them about it. If you sat like again, I don't talk to my kids about this stuff, and they've watched a lot of these movies. Like my kids have watched Turning Red and they like it, but they have never like they don't ask about like what any of it means. They don't know that they're talking about a girl's period, So, and in this movie, they probably wouldn't understand it. Like they see love and affection between people, but they're not going to go, why is that? You know what I mean? Like it's because they're being talked at by people who are older than them. They're role models. I think that's where all this stuff is coming from. I don't again, my kids are 5 and 3. So they're just watching colors and fun stuff on the screen. That's my take on it. But I'm that's not excusing it. I don't think it should be around. But
I see where you're coming from. Yeah, when I was 5, I was watching Batman and Power Rangers.
Right. I mean, if you look back on the stuff, if you look back on the stuff that we watched as kids, like it's questionable content, and maybe in a hetero way, but like it's still like you watch old Ren and Stimpy, Rocko's Modern Life, like there's all this suggestive stuff in there that probably wasn't appropriate. It's kind of 6-1, half dozen of the other at this point, but I don't think that at that point people were coming out and being like, hey, we're so glad that we have a Chihuahua and a fat cat together because they're disgusting animals and we don't judge it based on, whatever, cleanliness. Like it was just like, here's a fucking show about 2 stupid animals and their antics together, and it did mirror life to some extent, 2 fucking crackheads living together. So I don't know.
How does that explain Mr. Horse with all the rubber nipples?
Yeah, God. Powdered Toast Man, like all those guys.
I miss Cow and Chicken.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Cat Dog, like Doug.
Early Cartoon Network and early Adult Swim was really where I think the peak of animated comedy is.
Yeah.
Other than South Park, but yeah, between like 97 and about I think 2006, 2007, about that 10-year period. Yeah, that was the peak of animated comedy.
It's the peak of TV in general. Like you're talking, that's like the golden age of television, and that right at like 2007, 2008, we saw a huge decline. But like even something like Doug, like you used to see shows that had like actual bullying in it. You have a whole ugly character was named Roger. Like his whole point was to bully Doug. And it was about overcoming that bully. There was always a point to what was going on, but like who they were like on the outside was not as important as like the things that they had to overcome, the difficult, like this was really hard and I have to deal with this person, but I can do it with the help of other people or myself.
Now like Devil Made Me Do It actually makes a very good point.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Ranch cocky.
Ranch cocky.
Let's say, look at that variety. Holy moly. It's all white bottles, though, so okay.
Just really quick, I just wanted to say thank you for everybody hopping into chat. We have a whole bunch of people, so I'm just going to go over it really quick. Eric K is in chat. How you doing, bud?
Where K?
Yeah, appreciate you coming in, man. I'm trying to find. Here we go.
Sorry.
Charlie Stevenson as well. Thank you for coming into chat. It's great to see everybody here. Awesome one as well. What about Hail Eric K? My Beavers unit is in the chat sharing all the links.
Wow. Nice.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I just had
My
to stop.
Beavers unit.
Mags is I'm sorry to hear you're dealing with allergies. That's no fun. But at least you get the Christmas decorations going. It's funny how early everybody does that. Like it's not even December, guys. Chill.
It's always the weekend of Thanksgiving that I start.
Really?
It's fair to do it now, but there's people that I know that start decorating for Christmas the next day after.
They're like, okay, we finished all the leftovers. Let's get going.
Yeah, no, the day after Christmas, they buy a brand new Christmas tree, pay people to decorate it and stuff. I know whole people that keep their decorations up all year round. It is insane.
I'm not like Christmas. Don't get me wrong, but I don't like Christmas that much.
I love Christmas. Christmas every day would be amazing, just because it's so happy and heartwarming. I don't want to. I want it to remain where it is, though. After Thanksgiving, Christmas time. That's when we can make the meme of Nick Rekieta dancing to "Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time."
Because
that's his absolute favorite song.
I can't wait to see all the shaky butt Santas with all our favorite streamers on them.
You said shaky butt Santas, and my first thought is we're about to have thought Santas, aren't we?
Oh my God.
I need to know, how did this covet of ranch begin?
Okay, somebody hit record. Somebody hit record so he never has to say it again.
No, I just need to I think I have to talk to Culture about doing like an animated like story time on it, because like it does, people ask me all the time, where'd this come from? Why are there ranch bottles everywhere? But so I was playing Fortnite with Horror Emirata one night, and we were, I don't know, I just like asked the team, I said, do you guys know what a dab of ranch on the wrist means in mumble rap? And Amarado was like, does it mean come? And we were like, no. And I had to explain, it just means like diamonds, like having diamonds on your watch, And so then I don't know, like everyone was just being fun in chat and talking about semen, and I happened to mention that I go to this local pizza place that I love, and they make their own homemade ranch. And I was like, oh, it's so good. You should have it. Like, it's the best homemade ranch I've ever had. And so it just became this thing. Like, oh yeah, you like homemade ranch, do you? Yeah, a pearl necklace.
To have ranch.
Yeah.
Hey, Sherry, welcome to chat.
Yeah, it was. It's funny. I wish I could recapture that moment and like have the whole thing. Maybe I could go back in my VODs on Twitch or her Twitch and get it. But like it's hard to tell the story now because it's so far removed from it. But that's what it just steamrolled from there. Like she said it stands for cum. Then I said I liked homemade ranch, and then everyone was like, "Okay, here we go. You asked for it."
Yeah. Explains how the internet works.
It's funny how you don't ask for any of these things, but it's the most benign shit in the world, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, he's talking about a schmata, and boom, that's it.
Right, and the schmata became like the jizz rag essentially. Like that's the schmata is no longer a cleaning thing. It's I guess it is still a cleaning thing.
To be fair, it's still a cleaning.
Yeah. So,
as long as it's not a schmegma rag, it'd be good.
Oh,
You know,
bro.
you use a voice mod one time, and the next thing you know, you got boobs.
Well, yeah.
Adam, enjoy your poop. Easy,
Well, that was-
easy out.
The
Show
Schmata
that
thing.
show that turd who's boss.
The Schmata was a good way to like sort of really tie Nogreenrocks and myself together as like a, one cohesive unit.
You can't have ranch without the schmutta, and you can't have the schmutta without the ranch.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that's why I like the Legion. You guys are awesome like that, because you just take something like that we say off the cuff and you're like, okay, let's do it. And sometimes things stick, and then sometimes they don't, but like that's what's so fun about it, is every now and then you find something that's just hilarious, like the meme from Wednesday of of sheep, like the night terror sheep Sidian, like standing over everyone.
that was absolutely terrifying, and the fact that it killed horror like for 15 minutes she couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, like
and he would just bring it up in the middle of the conversation, and she's all serious, and then she wasn't paying attention, and he'd pop it right back up.
And I think that what was so sad about that is I don't even think that was on the regular part of the show. No. That was on the extended cut on Rumble and Odyssey. So
go to Rumble and Odyssey to see all that. That was hilarious.
You brought up the paralysis demon on the regular show originally, and horror's just there like
yeah,
for like 5 minutes straight. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it's that's why I like you guys, man. You guys have like really changed how I think these streams have gone, even for shows as big as Friday Night Tights. Like, I mean, the memes were always there, but now like they stop and they look at your stuff and shout you guys out. Like, that's a huge thing for a show that has
big
15,000.
shout out to you, man. You go out of your way to like show everything you possibly can.
Well, I mean, it's like it comes back to like super chatting. Like, we don't have super chats. Every now and then we get some donations, and we acknowledge what we can. It as the show grows, we might not be able to do every single one of them. You know what I mean? But if that ever happens, we'll always have a time that we can go over it. Like maybe we spend the first 20 or 30 minutes on an Odyssey show or Rumble show going over them, or I bring them up on a Saturday stream like this, and just all we do is laugh at memes, like either way, it's showing some love to you guys who take time to volunteer to do this. Like, you guys could be doing anything else in the world, but instead you're sitting making memes for us. Like, that's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
No.
This is a great one from the after show.
Yeah, core member was that right. Like, I would make that into a poster. Like, if I ever, I don't know, if I get a good bout of narcissism, I would frame that and put it up on the wall. It's so good.
I mean, my core member, do me a favor, send that to Shags. Maybe you can make it a shirt.
My first thought seeing that picture, because I didn't see it live the first time, all I could think of is you're saying, "You ever suck dick for ranch?"
Yeah.
Or you get something nice like this. Share my screen.
Space Movie 1992. Don't go look that up.
No, look it up. Don't say the name.
Look it up. Don't say it. Don't share it.
It's the same thing with the 969th highest peak in Massachusetts.
Oh man,
that was a thing.
I don't need anyone. Nice, dude. That's a good one.
I mean, there towards the end, it started sounding like that. I'm too rich and famous.
He needs to, dude.
You need.
If anything, humility. Tim needs to like reel it in. Like, I'm not saying he needs to change what he does because he's successful. Like, I can learn a thing or two, but like how he treats his employees, like hearing that there's like kind of like a spy person in the whole compound, like that shit's weird, man. And I know he's trying to protect his brand, but dude, when that stuff starts driving wedges between like lifelong friendships or like really long friendships, you need to reevaluate what you're doing. Like you're in it for the wrong reasons. And it's too bad to see that Tim fell victim to that. But again, not surprising. And I do everything in my power to avoid stuff like that, as like even an additional 10 average viewers. Like, it puts something in your mind like, hey, we're doing great. this is all about me, you know, like you have to avoid that because you start doing things for the complete wrong reason, you know?
Oh my God, devil.
What's up, girl?
I
You
mean,
like
at least I
rings?
look sexy.
Oh God. Hey
You
man, you
did
play
this
your
to
cards
yourself,
right.
Jeremy.
If I play
Oh,
my cards
Ruben
right-
looked it up. Ruben.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Ruben,
Don't say the name in chat.
We just
You'll
killed
laugh.
Yeah,
Ruben.
do not say the name in chat.
Do not say it in chat.
That I need to go
Oh.
get the clip of me actually see, because I looked it up right on stream, and I think it was very obvious of when exactly the moment it registered in my brain, because it was just like oh, like I'm sure everything just was like whoop, light went on. So
It was a beautiful moment. It was such a beautiful moment. It was meme worthy for forever.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and it was great too because Quarter Black was there, so it was just like he immediately got shoved into that meme. So yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, man.
didn't Sheep get shoved in there too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sheep was they made one like that, but they made one because one of the promo pics is like just a black guy standing there or whatever. So one of the guys had put Quarter Black's face on it was like a pink photo or something like that. Yeah, then there's that. Don't show my comment though.
Oh no, this is a different one. No,
Oh, it's a different
just
one? Okay.
reposted, yeah. I wouldn't have been able not to show the comment because that right there.
Yeah, you can't. You have to hit those arrows.
Oh, okay. Well, you see, I'm still
God, you're
figuring it
such a
out.
boomer.
Well, hey, I haven't screwed anything up yet, so.
No. It's
Yeah,
just
That's
a
why I
matter
never
of
let a
time.
girl on top. My dad
It's not a
always told me
matter
never
of
fuck
if;
up.
it's a matter of when.
Wait till we get those sound effect buttons. I'm not going to be put in charge of that one. Well, there you go.
I mean, I
Could use mine all the time, man.
Well, you got to put a clown horn button in there.
You know, I feel like I did at one point, and I may have taken it off. I don't like if I use something like kind of funny. It's usually like the foghorn, like just to like, you know. I just don't use them as much. I need to use them. I use the clapping one the most to like, you know, acknowledge like, hey. But the other ones I kind of forget sometimes because I'm like trying to focus on what's going on here. Like that's why I love coming on shows because I don't have to do shit except for talk. I'm just gonna sit here and talk. It's great. I love it.
That's why I miss the
CJ,
old soundboards from E-Bomb's world.
CJ, you work
dude,
in the music industry. What would you recommend for people to have on those buttons?
Well, I mean,
Sexism
really
in gaming.
Yeah, not that. But a lot of it's really finding what works for your show. I mean, a lot of times the best ones, like if you ever watch Adam Carolla's show, his podcast, a lot of the best ones are the drops that they've recorded from previous shows that they just throw in that are hilarious.
Yep.
So finding little bits of stuff like that and snipping it and making those sound effects, I think would elevate your show even more because then it's tied directly to what you guys are doing.
Yep.
Okay, so let's do it this way. Next midweek hump, if you hear any sound effects, record it. Tag the midweek hump on Twitter during the show. We will bring them up and see which ones are good. You want to do that, Shags?
Yeah. No, I'm always down. Like it's so hard to be like without a dedicated like producer person. Like Rock is usually there for us, but every now and then he's not. But there's like you need to have someone who's like listening or like the Legion is good with all the memes and stuff. Like that's why like I can't thank you guys enough. Sometimes you just like you'll create an extra half an hour's worth of content to talk about. You know, it's weird.
I mean, we love it too, dude. I mean, the fact that you bring it up and you will literally be like, okay, I got to refresh the page. Okay, where is this one? Okay, where is that one? And you're trying to do like 30 different things at once, and you bring it up. Like we really appreciate that also because you know we do it so you can laugh and the crew can laugh and you know people in chat can laugh and that's
I love laughing.
I mean, especially in this world.
I did want to say, it's funny that you said like you have something sort of tied to your show. So one of my sound effects, which is this one, so that is actually a really old sound effect. When I was streaming a lot on Twitch, I was doing some reaction videos to like true crime stuff, and one of the ones that we watched was the kid who killed his neighbor, unalived his neighbor. Sorry, in Minecraft.
Oh my God! Who the hell can?
All right, heard. No.
I'm kidding.
So
where's your shut up
this
bitch
kid,
button?
This kid basically goes and like kidnaps or breaks into the girl's room and like tries to force himself on her and eventually like kills her and like cuts her up into pieces and like puts her body all around the campus. There's a real thing that happened.
Did he nibble any of it?
I don't know. He didn't know. But he was
the first name.
But he actually
SCAR?
got interviewed by the news people like outside. Like, hey, did you know this person? Have you seen her? No. And then come to find out, like they're questioning him, and the officers are like, something's not adding up. This guy's like catatonic. He's just sitting there. And at one point during the interview, like, so this guy, he had this huge thick accent. He's like, hey man, did you he goes, did you wanna were you thinking about sleeping with her? And he's like, no. He's like, did you want to sleep with her? He said, no. And he goes, liar. And like in the moment, it was so funny because it was like a way for him to like have a comedic moment in this like very serious interrogation. So it just became really funny. And I took that sound of, I went and got the sound bit and I put it as part of my thing. So it can, and for a long time, it was just such a fun sound effect to use. And I even made an emote that said liar that people could use. So it is for sure it's definitely a smart move. But sorry to put everyone to sleep with that story.
No, I was having fun. I'm trying to think because you talked about cutting them up and everything, and there was a trial that Ricada did that convinced me that if somebody's cutting up the person they offed,
yeah,
they obviously ate something, and I cannot remember where.
I don't know if it's obvious, but
you're gonna sit here and tell me that they took the time to cut this person up, and then they go like,
well, if you're using like if you're using like a sawzall or something, just like throwing it back.
I think the person ate them.
I don't know, like even,
a nibble here, a nibble there. There's a reason he was caught it.
I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, like we got to be careful.
It's even making me want to throw up.
Oh, I'm trying to remember what.
Spico wanted to throw up.
Was.
I just saw that pop up. Yeah, that's awesome. I saw that.
Yeah,
that was
as in his man tits. That'll be even worse than his classically chained comment.
I think Dermy's searching. Hey, there you go. He saw it.
No, I'm looking at the screen. I'm just the classically chained into. God, you gotta love boobs. I'll give Amaranth this. She got a nice rack.
Look how. But hold on a second. Okay, I guess. Look how much they're. It's not even natural, dude.
Well, I know they're not natural. Listen, we're talking about a hit it and quit it.
Just remember, fake tits are like Nazis. They don't laugh. They don't cry.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Robin.
I mean, I've seen her OF. There's ways to get there for free.
Nothing will ever be like. There's nothing more beautiful than a naturally like confident woman. Like, it's one thing I love about my wife. She doesn't wear a lot of makeup. She's very pretty, like without it all. And she goes through her days where she's like, but like she doesn't do all this. Like, you can't peel her face mask off, like she has a boob job, but you wouldn't know by looking at her. You know what I mean? Like,
she's not standing behind the camera right now, is she?
No, no, babe, you're beautiful. I promise. No, she's awesome. But like the thing is like this is a romanticization of what a woman like should look like. I guess. Like
Versus
that's
what
the
they actually
ethos
look
like
like.
version of, oh, this is what you have to look like to be really hot. Like, but you take away everything that she has on, and she's very plain. You know, she's not confident. She needs every mask
She
to
needs
make
everything.
herself look good. You know, or like what she thinks looks good. I think this looks desperate. You know, but I mean that's just me.
Oh, she's a whore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know. I mean, I'm all for the libertarian in me says do what you want. You know, make money how you want. But like I think it's just shitty work. I think it's a way to totally devalue yourself. So
I mean, and what happens when she gets older?
Oh, it's gonna show up.
The wall
Everything's
comes
gonna
for us
show.
all.
yeah, dude.
God, what was that trial? I'm going insane now trying to figure out what was this trial.
Ruben.
I'm looking up all of his freaking
Yeah.
lives.
It's like, I like my coffee like I like my women, creamy and weak.
We have turned into the Ryan Canal show.
Yeah.
All they had to do was just clean house and get fucked.
Listen, I'll say this. There's a reason why I don't mind looking at Amaranth, and it reminds me of ScarJo. ScarJo's hot.
Oh yeah,
She's
I guess
also-
so.
I don't know. I
She's had some work
done
done too. That wall is gonna hit her hard.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
mean,
It's the
Really?
brain that's more attractive to me. If you got a good brain and you look good, that's like
Hit that liar
exponentially more
button.
attractive. No, I'm dead serious. It's
I
I think you
I
can
mean-
always tell a lot about someone's taste. Like, who was their first celebrity crush? And of course, this is going to date me horribly, but mine was Phoebe
Misty.
Cates.
Who was it?
Phoebe Cates.
Oh yeah.
from
Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Gremlins 2.
Yeah.
Some other
there
stuff.
you
I mean,
go.
she was just, to me, that was what a beautiful woman looked like.
Shit.
I
I'm
was
trying
a
to think
kid.
of
the
mine.
fact
I was a
that you
kid.
remember that is just astonishing to me.
Well, you know,
I was a
never
dumb kid. It was Misty from Pokemon.
I'm trying to think of who mine.
And of course, Princess Leia. You know, that was obvious. That's why
Dermy
really
plays
did it for
Pokemon
me.
all the time.
I was done.
There is a reason I play Pokemon a lot. Nowadays, though, I look back and I'm like, God damn, she was like 10
Yeah,
years
'cause the
old.
brain
But also at the
tastes
time, I was
great.
like 5.
I'm trying to think of who my first crush was. Like, it actually may have been Leia, honestly. Yeah, Carrie.
Most
am I-
nerds above 30, that's usually who it is.
Yeah, I think it may have been Carrie Fisher. You know who else was like? It's really weird. What's her name? From Alien. Why can't I think of her name?
Sigourney Weaver.
Oh,
Sigourney Weaver. Yeah. Oh no, you know who it was? Like my really first. Like I guess the real one where I thought this woman is beautiful was Jamie Lee Curtis in True Lies. That was like the very first time I was like, holy shit, girl. Like, what? That's what you can do? So that was
like
she's
Tia Carrere in Wayne's World.
I can't believe your
Uh-huh.
parents let you watch that.
well, I mean, that was like more like that. What I mean by like real is like it was probably still a little bit before I should have watched it, but I was probably 14 or 15, like when I was like really like, oh, like okay. You you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you get those special
I'm
feelings
just-
in your pants.
Yeah.
I'm going to chat right now. Because, oh yeah, the Pink Ranger. Pink Ranger, nice.
Pink Ranger was
Ruben,
good.
Nice.
Pink Ranger was, yeah.
Dude, I've been rewatching.
I've always had a thing for redheads. I don't know.
Yeah,
I've been
I'm stuck.
rewatching the Power Rangers. Like my younger boy likes the old school Power Rangers, and dude, that theme song slaps, bro. Like,
Go,
Oh,
go,
yeah,
go,
what was the
go.
movie with Ivan Ooze that came out?
Power Rangers?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
We're
shut up.
in
Rangers
trouble.
movie?
Yeah, dude.
That song is what cemented "Dreams" by Van Halen as one of my favorite songs.
And I mean that movie was one of my favorite movies for such a long time. And when they all got their powers, I was like, "Oh yeah, boy!" I think the Black Ranger was my favorite, but the White Ranger was definitely freaking. Did you guys see the Bat in the Sun episode where the White Ranger?
Yes.
Yeah. What was it? White Ranger versus The Green Ranger. What was it? Well, look at
I
it.
thought it was him versus
Okay.
Scorpion.
I'm getting
I'm
sad
checking
now.
now.
Yeah,
If
he
you
did
guys
a lot
have
of
never
work with
seen Bat in the Sun, I highly recommend it just for the
Oh,
fun
I
of
need
it.
to.
Amazing work.
I need to rewatch all of Power Rangers. God, I loved it so much.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
hard,
trending
though.
now.
Like, it's hard because, like, I've been watching it. Every episode is the same. They start off, they're in school, shit goes wrong. All right, power up. And then, like, it's the same, like, formula for every single one. And it's hard. Like, after the third one, you're like, okay, like, you think Rita Repulsa would have given up by now. She just keeps
But they
throwing
do
shit at
have
him and they fuck it up.
That's
They
why
have,
I always thought the Voltron versus Mighty Morphin Power Rangers debate was Voltron. They always at least tried to fight with the Lions first,
Right.
then would form Voltron when they get their ass kicked.
Yep.
Have they ever fought with the individual Zords?
In the beginning,
In the beginning, they did. Yeah.
before they went Megazords, there used to be Chariot mode. Well, they would battle with the Zords, then they would do Chariot mode. Then once they realized they can Megazord up, they started doing Megazord.
But yeah,
And
that
that's
just
how
shows
a
you
lot
how
of the-
old I am. Because yeah, I watched He-Man, G.I. Joe, Transformers, all when they originally aired.
Yeah, Bat in the Sun. Go check it out. The White
Yeah, it was
Ranger
Scorpion.
versus
Okay, yeah.
Scorpion. Also, unfortunately,
Shout out.
Jason, David Frank passed, and from what I hear, he was a really, really good dude. There were a
he
few
was-
of the Legion that
I
actually met
never-
him.
Never heard a bad story about him.
I didn't get to meet him. I saw several people got to meet him. He was fucking amazing. He did so much for Power Rangers. There's a reason people call him the definitive Power Ranger.
Mhm.
Because he helped get the show to where it is. He worked with fans a whole lot. He helped create fan-made projects and actually starred in some of them.
Well, in the first 5 or 6 episodes, he's not in them. I don't know when he started. Like, I don't know if it was
I don't think it's until part of season 2.
okay. That's what I
Like
thought.
he was supposed to be a limited run, but he was so popular that he came back as the White Ranger. It was supposed
Okay.
to be somebody else.
All right.
And he became multiple Rangers after that, from Red Zeo, Red Turbo Ranger 1, and then come back as Black Dino Thunder Ranger, then came back for a special send-off during Power Rangers Megamorph, something like that, their definitive version for their final episode. He came back to lead the charge of history's Power Rangers versus some robot invasion.
I thought you were reading off of something at first, and I was like, "Oh, he's prepared." But you know all that off the top of your head, and that's kind of scary.
I love Pokemon. I love Gundam. I love Power Rangers. I love Batman. These are things that I just know.
Okay, fair.
So
That's
I
like
just
me with
saw
Star Trek and
this.
Babylon 5.
I just saw this. Mark the Cyborg just tweeted this out. Go to Mark the Cyborg's Twitter and check this out. True Pop Culture actually made it and is working in tandem with Mark. So go enjoy that. I haven't seen it yet. I'm very excited to watch it. I'll probably watch it after the stream. That is awesome. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, Nazis are trending.
Oh.
Sweet. Well, that's because
Colorado.
Trump had dinner with like Nick Fuentes or some shit. Now everyone's like,
yeah.
I don't even know about the story.
He put out a statement saying he had no idea who they were, and like Kanye brought them or something.
I don't know, man. I'm so like, it's just politics are so upside down right now. Like, you just, like Garrett says, you just have to clown pill. You just have to fucking laugh at it all, because it's just at this point. I mean, you have like Ye just announced that he's doing a 2024 presidential run. So like, I mean, this is where we're at, you know.
I
And
welcome it.
We're back to turd sandwich versus giant douche.
yeah, that's exactly where we're at. It's just weird. It's weird because the left takes their politics seriously, however that is, and they put forth like real people, and then you have the right who's like, you know what, Kanye, Trump, and like all these other fucking idiots, and you're like, okay, maybe you should be actually involved. And you know, I appreciate what he wants to do, but like, no one's going to take you seriously, you know. Like, get involved in politics if you want, Kanye, but like, you're not like, you can't just be anti-Trump in this. Like that's where like these the Republicans are like starting to be, is like, we're just anti-Trump. We're like running against him because he didn't work out. It's strange.
It doesn't make sense. Trump's the behemoth, and you guys aren't going to be able to beat him. He's going to come out.
Did you guys see this last night?
Wreck you. What's
that?
No.
We were trending.
Nice.
Dang.
I mean, we were putting out some good stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, X-Ray Girl showed off her bobs.
All right.
Hi, dear. Will you open up your closet?
Ryan Reaper told me to tag it with "Please show us bobs," and I wish I did.
Send bobs.
Send bobs. I love how
this makes it look more like ETEP than it does as.
Yeah.
Or Brian.
But was that as?
Yeah, that was as.
Was it?
Oh,
I
here we
thought
go.
that
It looks like
I thought that was
ETEP,
some random
like
dude.
as.
No.
It did not look like as. When you say it's as, you can see it. Without seeing it, you don't notice the as. It looks like some random dude.
Hold on.
It looked like a Chad. It kind of looked like the Chad meme, just without hair.
Thank you, Horny Elf.
Ooh.
Damn.
Nice.
We were above Hunter
Right
Biden's
above Hunter Biden's
laptop.
laptop.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's really
amazing,
cool.
man. That's amazing. From where we started to where we are today, that blows me away, man. What else? Oh, we got the Christmas memes coming in for Shags.
Yeah.
Are you got any
Santa's
Christmas
worth.
plans in Shags? Or are you going to be doing
That's
it
what
at
you
home,
call
or what are
Santa's
you
little
doing?
helper.
Yep, that ranch bottle's doing a lot of work.
What was the question now?
What are you doing for the holiday?
I'll just be here. Like, I'm working on the new office and studio, and hopefully getting that done for Christmas. So hopefully we'll have like a brand new space to stream from. Come a very special episode of the Midweek Hump. I'm not going to say what it is, but
A man with a beard
yeah, make
as-
sure you
almost
don't
as
miss that one.
glorious as yours, or
You
a
are
little bit
gonna
better?
be. It's not Alex Jones. I'll tell you that.
oh, it'll be great. One day we'll get Alex on.
I was
Are you going
saying
to touch
about
beards in a special way?
is there going to
I'm
be
not
a
gonna
very
say.
glorious beard?
Well, I think Dermy has dibs on that though from last week.
I still deserve to touch your beard.
That's true. That is true. But no big plans. We're just gonna be home and doing Christmas here. It's always busy. My wife's family is huge, so we all get gifts for each other. Like, we all are assigned a person and get gifts, and then get together. It's like 30 of us in one house, and then have fun. But I mean, with two small kids, it's always a huge production. Like Elf on the Shelf is going to come out, starting on Monday. So moving him around every day for 26 days or whatever it is like it's fun.
Aaron, you just killed me with this. Oh, I'm dead. God, I love chat. You guys really make my day. I freaking love you guys. Oh, are you gonna put a bottle of ranch over the fireplace?
I'm gonna do something like once the new office is in place, I'm definitely gonna put ranch will be in there somewhere. I don't know where, but it's been such a central part of everything over the past 6 months that I feel like if I didn't, it would be a huge disservice to everything. So
For Halloween next year, you're going to need to get the ranch costume.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I because I tried explaining it to my wife, and she's like, "What? Like, I showed her a few memes one time. She's like, "Who the fuck is doing this?" I'm like, "I was a bunch of random people." Like the Legion of Memers. She's like, "What?" Like the Legion of Memers. She's like, "Oh, okay," because she's not tied into like any of this, So like, I forget which one I showed her. I showed her a couple of memes that you guys did that were like, just hilarious and she I think they were like Aquaman ones or something that you guys had done a while ago, but and I showed her a ranch one. I had to explain everything, and she's, I don't get it. I'm like, well, you have to be there. You just have to be.
I mean, that's the whole point. Like, if you're watching these live streams, like we do it for the live stream, and if you're not watching it live, it kind of takes away the oomph of it.
Right. Well, that's why it's so hard sometimes to to tell that ranch story. Is it's become a part of it, the stream, but it's hard to explain if you weren't there or immediately around it, because the moment was really funny and there were a lot of people who did hear it. But it's evolved so crazy since then, it's like that initial joke that just kind of spirals and you don't remember how you got to it,
It's like trying to explain to my family Dermywermy.
Right, exactly.
They're like,
we got jokes that come organically like that are usually the ones that are the ones that last the longest.
Yeah. Yep.
Like when you try to force a joke, it just doesn't work.
I got some interesting looks when explaining Dermywermy. They were like, "Hey, if you're coming out of the closet."
Well, thanks for stopping by, White Adam. Say hi to your brother, Woke Adam.
Yeah. Your twin.
Is that like hip turd to cat turd?
Speaking of cat turd has pissed off a bunch of people this weekend. It's beautiful.
What happened?
On the political side,
he's about as Republican as Amaranth is a dude.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I think Amaranth's more of a dude than
yeah.
Kingsinger, but no. I was more talking about the it went from cat turd to Elon to pissing off Shut Up Wesley.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah. Do you have that thing for Wesley?
Yes. Give me a moment.
Send it in the DM.
He's no better than Kevin Smith, in my opinion, when it comes to riding nerd cred and riding nerd dick to try to get.
Oh, yeah, I did do Bounty on the Comics
credit.
It was something beautiful. Okay,
because I did a search on that and it seemed like
Bounty on the Comics had a really good article on it.
Yeah,
and then I made a really good.
I put my wiggle wagon meme on that one.
I did a really good thumbnail. Where's my thumbnail for that? God fucking damn! I hate Twitter. I hate moving around on Twitter. I have the link in the private chat, and then I have, I have this wonderful meme. Are you boomerang?
No, I'm getting the link.
Oh shit!
Elon is a bad man.
Is that literally what he said?
Well, no. He said a bunch of other stuff, but I did this wonderful thumbnail.
Oh, Will Wheatcuck, yeah.
That was a beautiful disaster. Where's stop sharing? God fucking damn.
You see, I'm not the only one.
Well, I got to make fun of you. I don't use whatever this is, just StreamYards. I don't use this a lot. Do you need me to share my screen for the Will Wheaton stuff?
No, I'm getting on it. A little bit of
I posted one on the main one that I did a while back that I thought was fit real. Hurting our society and making people care about a lot less things.
So,
oh my God, is he still wearing a mask?
Yes, he will still wear a mask. But you have to scroll down for a little bit past 9 Inch Nails. Jesus Christ, you need ad block, man.
Well, Abounding can also, not have so many ads on their page. Is this the one you were talking about?
Yeah, it starts with Cat Turd talking about how Elon brings back Trump in 48 hours. This world hasn't ended. Elon responds with Trent from 9 Inch Nails is a crybaby because Trent left. And then you get the Facebook
Oh my
post.
God, jeez, Whedon. No wonder why you went to. Is this
so
Twitter
he went
or Facebook?
This was Facebook. So what happened was, because Trump existed on Twitter, he virtue signaled saying, "I'm going to leave Twitter." Kudos to him. He actually left Twitter. He went to Mastodon. he went to Mastodon and then was called a transphobe and then was banned from Mastodon.
Will was?
How? Yes.
How do you
was
get banned from Mastodon?
I don't know. I don't even know how he was considered a transphobe. I need to know this story because I want to laugh at it. But he got kicked off there, so now he's on the most irrelevant site ever, Facebook. He has taken himself out of the conversation.
How long do you think it's going to be till he comes back? Do you think it's going to be CBS length, or you think he's actually going to go for like a?
He left back during the Trump era. He was not on anytime soon. He has not been back on Twitter for years. Will even came across as a whiny crybaby and Stand By Me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Will Wheaton's always been a whiny crybaby. That's why at the beginning of my video, I took that wonderful moment from Star Trek Next Generation when he gets told to shut the hell up. Well, shut up, but.
Thanks for coming in, Mags. I appreciate you dropping all the links and everything. Appreciate you.
But all this post was confession through projection. Because when you read it, it is being so irrelevant, so
why
unwilling
would I
to realize
read all
who you
of
are.
This? Like, honestly, like, I'm not here to read an essay. Why you can say the same thing in what, 3 or 4 sentences?
Basically, he called him malicious, saying he's hurting our society, calling him a weak man, a weak billionaire with no friends, and everybody around him is a leech, or what was it? I'm trying to find it. He was an insecure child. He's a bully. He threatens. It is so arrogant of Will Wheaton to come out and say all this.
I mean, he's been doing this for years on Twitter. It's just like these are aging celebrities who no one remembers that need to stay relevant. That everyone knows it's popular to complain about Trump or whatever the current boogeyman is. And that's what he's done. That's what a lot of these people have done. And like the irony is that they create these alt platforms with the rules that they want, and then they ban the people off of them for doing things like they think they stand for free speech and things that they can say. And they go to these platforms and they're kicked off because there is not free speech. They don't believe in free speech. It's unbelievable how stupid they are. Like Elon he's a lot of things, and I've heard some stupid shit about him. Like, but at the end of the day, I think his heart is in the right place in terms of humanity. I think he's trying to push us into a better place. And he's certainly not perfect, but he's put in a lot more real effort and real money into things than someone like Will Wheaton. So
I made that one a while ago, and it's like, oh, I love when Wheaton's come back around.
I can believe it. That's a scary thing. He looks like a kid, like somebody that would. Just look at that face.
That's why I put the Nanda logo on his shirt.
God, he looks so soy.
And poor Ryan's
oh my God.
And the thing, he is a fucking soy boy. Like, these people are hurt by like words, man. Like, they get upset and like crushed when someone like makes fun of them on the internet. Like, if someone wrote a scathing,
like the Legion of Memers covering them, could you imagine how butthurt they would get by that?
Oh, they always get butthurt. They can't stand a simple meme. We talked about Cat Turd. We have a wonderful family there. And I have nice legs.
Welcome to the ranch.
Got some nice legs there. Anyway, but these people don't know real adversity. They think they've seeked through real adversity. Nerdrotic talks about it all the time. These guys are the biggest sellouts. They fought against the man, then they became the man. They still think they're fighting against the man, but they are the man, and they're trying to cement their control. They were never freedom. They were always authoritarian. They just used freedom to get what they wanted.
Well, they're under the impression that they think that they're doing, God's work, whatever that means for them. But what they don't realize is that the power that they wish to to bestow on themselves will eventually be used against them. So like something like Nazi Germany, like the inner workings of that of like socialism was already in place when Hitler took power. Like all the stuff that he utilized was already in power, and he just exploited that to gain every bit of control. And people don't realize like that's a huge part of history that they ignore. They just ignore that. And that's what the left is trying to do now, or a lot of people are trying to do now, is they're trying to institute these crazy policies that totally violate your basic rights. And they're starting to get a taste of it, like I said, on these other platforms. People are getting banned for like no reason.
They're starting to get a taste of it on Twitter. Like Elon has been banning some people that are actually breaking the law.
Yeah.
He banned an Antifa account, and now they're threatening to firebomb Twitter. They don't know what actual consequences are because they've gone without consequences for so long.
Yeah, like threatening a terrorist act is like, that's huge. Like, you'd be surprised if Homeland Security doesn't like somehow get involved with that. Like,
unless
you don't want the feds knocking on your door.
Good to go.
Unless you're unless you're on the left,
yeah.
nothing's gonna happen. Like Antifa's not gonna get stopped.
Well, and this is the thing, right? This is where you have to stop and remember, like now, like actual threats of violence against someone, like this could be where someone actually does get hurt. And will the police respond ahead of time? Like, will they be looking at, I believe that there was police like set up around Tesla and stuff, because there was threats against Tesla, like they were going to firebomb cars.
Oh, so that's in Texas.
Well,
if Twitter HQ gets firebombed, that's in California. They're going to look the other way because they like them.
I don't know how much you can look the other way though. Like, but what my point is that people will get hurt or property will be severely damaged. And like once, and they don't want to be the boogeyman. Like Antifa's been like a savior for them for years, right? They've been doing everyone's dirty work, and
they're threatened by Antifa. They're scared of Antifa. Antifa rules through fear. How Antifa works is they basically came in, they forced everybody to bend to their will by these threats. You have whole entire small communities around the Pacific Northwest where they'll have the Antifa, trans, and all this stuff, and be like, "Hey, we're on your side. Please don't hurt us."
Mm-hmm.
Antifa is a terrorist organization that is co-opt these places, and nobody knows how to fight against them, especially when the government defends them.
Yeah, they are the actual definition of domestic terrorism.
Right.
Yes.
Right. No, I'm there's no argument for me. Like, I agree. It's unfortunate because I don't like to say like, you'll never really catch me saying words are violence, but this is where people need to be aware. Like, the actual threat of violence against people is where everyone draws the line. I cannot threaten violence on any of you without legal repercussions. And that is what Jack Dorsey said years ago, was like, that's what we're doing. We're looking at each one. They weren't doing that. We already know that. But now Elon is actually doing that. They're actually looking at, like, is this a threat of violence against someone? Okay, was something done? Looks like it. Now we have to start taking legal action against them. And they should. Like, no one should be threatening actual violence against someone. But me saying you guys are dipshits is not an act of violence. It's just me having an opinion about you guys.
As a matter of fact, it's 100% true.
No, like,
Me saying I'm going to kick Nogreenrocks in the nuts isn't an actionable offense because there's no way for me to actually do it.
Well, gonna is an actual action word, so maybe.
Well,
but I wouldn't recommend.
Not really. Nick Riqueda's talked about this a lot. There's a difference. There's a way of saying it, and there's a way that basically makes it actionable and not actionable, and I cannot remember the difference off the top of my head.
I would imagine it has something to do with like federal law, like of capital violence against someone. So like if you're gonna like use some sort of weapon, it's one thing, but if like, you know, a physical altercation is different. Like even if I was just saying I'm gonna go punch you in the face, like if I physically go do that, that's one thing. But there has to be degrees of
it's actionable. Like, can you actually go do this?
Right.
But there's a huge difference between I hope you Minecraft yourself and I'm going to Minecraft you.
Right.
Yes. There's a huge difference. But even then, like I'm going to Minecraft you has to be actionable. So you have to have like very specifics out. So you can say it still, but unless you have your specific reasoning and like make it very like this is an actual threat, the chances are you're not going to get in trouble. Now, I do think there's workarounds of, hey, maybe this is an actual threat, with Antifa. Because when they make a threat, they usually follow through. So,
one of the other thing that really irked the left was that Elon's shutting down the hashtags that are allowing people to distribute their cheese pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's weird.
I like that one. Wait,
it's weird.
I said that
Weird
weird
about stuff like that.
Yeah, let's say. Did you like the cheese pizza or the
No.
That's why I clarified. Like when people get mad, like like the whole groomer thing. Like when people are mad that third parties are trying to like instill some sort of agenda on their children. It's like, and when parents speak up and like, what are you talking about? It's like, this shouldn't even be a fucking question, like I am putting my kids in here or I'm ripping them out. Like, I don't know. It disgusts me.
That's why I love all the school board issues in Dearborn, Michigan.
Yeah. Because
we actually really got to see the two sides that the left loves really butt heads, because you have Islamic parents who have very strict Islamic beliefs complaining about what they're putting in, and then you have the progressives that love the Muslims when they can use them,
right?
But they're like, oh well, no, we want to put this in now.
Yeah.
No, I love watching the how do I say this?
Schadenfreude?
No, the Spanish individuals, Mexican, Latin American, people of that nature, when they start coming out with their, is it La Chaca? I'm saying it wrong. The shoes. I can't remember what. Huh?
Chonkla?
The chonkla?
Yeah, they're chonklas. When they're coming out with those,
your parents come and beat you with it.
Yes, I love watching the left go up against them because they're also very religious and very Catholic, and they don't like this stuff. And it's beautiful. It is so beautiful to watch this stuff fall apart.
Well, that's when it becomes. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's when it becomes clear that like minorities are political tools. They don't actually believe in their culture or like the diversity of it. Like it's like, I need you so I can push my progressive agenda, and you just need to fall in line with it. Otherwise, you're wrong. Every day you see it with conservative Hispanic, conservative Black, conservative whatever that come out and speak up, or even just someone who is liberal who's just like, I don't want my kids having some sort of fucking pornographic material available to them in the library. Like, that's stupid. Like, we shouldn't even be arguing about it.
It's like if they have a book in the library that I would get banned off social media for posting, then it shouldn't be in the school library.
Right.
Well, they also
would actually get me arrested for, distribution of naughty materials.
Right. Imagine we walked onto like a park and sat down and opened that book and said, "Hey kids, come, we're going to read." Like if it's not creepy, like it would still be creepy if I walked up with green eggs and ham and started reading to kids, but it'd be pretty acceptable. It would be very unacceptable if I walked up with a book like Gender Queer and started reading out from it to these kids.
Depends. Do you have makeup, a wig, and fake boobs on?
And a gigantic dick?
Touche. Yeah. It's strapped to my forehead too.
And that's not a parody.
No.
Yeah, no.
That's the sad reality. Yep. I miss back when I just had the name. It was a movie. Flash uses clips of it for Rekida's intro. You're my lawyer. Idiocracy. I miss back when Idiocracy was actually a movie and not reality.
Yeah, it was fiction, but
yeah, we've gone so far to this weird area where I don't know what to do half the time.
The slippery slope argument
go ahead.
is a real argument. It's not a fallacy. It's a real argument. Because once you start allowing one thing, and then it just builds and builds and builds from there.
Yeah.
The slippery slope argument can only be used if the end goal is actually like real and accessible. If you go to the point where we need to ban guns or else everybody's going to be nuking the place. No, that's not reality.
No.
So the slippery slope argument can both be a fallacy and an actual argument.
Well, yeah. But in this particular case, it's very accurate.
In this particular case, it's an argument.
Yeah. Oh.
When they say, well, love is love, it's like, well, I mean, do you want Cenk Uyghur love?
Yeah.
He wants a specific kind of love. Is that allowed?
No. No.
I mean, what was that Florida guy that got busted for having a relationship with a dolphin? And he said it was consensual?
Insane.
Oh my god.
These people are insane, man.
I mean,
To say they're
I was gonna
insane
say
is
a joke
probably
there
like
about an
nice.
ape and Nogreenrocks, and I couldn't make it work.
That's because he's Honky Kong.
He's Hunky Kong.
Chunky Kong is probably more like it.
You know, I think I can definitely, though, because of your mask, I can pinpoint where everything went wrong. It's when you killed Harambe.
Just like right here.
When Harambe died, that opened up a tear in the universe, and all this weird stuff started happening. It's like in Ghostbusters when he turns off the power to the grid, and everything just escapes. That was the moment. Harambe dying was that moment.
Everything can trace back to Harambe for some odd reason, like this weird moment where an ape died and everybody lost their mind. I don't know
For some
what
reason,
the
wanted to
heck
put their
happened.
dicks out for him.
Hey, I didn't mind the tits out part though.
Oh yeah.
Tits out for Harambe was a great hashtag.
Of course.
I see a tweet from Alyssa Milano that says, I gave back my Tesla. I bought the VW Eve. I love it.
Did you see the
No,
response? Did you see the response?
You bought a
The Hodge
from a
Volkswagen was literally founded by the Nazis and Hitler.
yeah.
And then Elon
Hitler
put
inspected-
a
It's like James May on Top Gear hates the Beetle, and it's specifically because the first ones were inspected by Hitler directly.
Yep.
He saw the first ones coming off the line.
Oh god, this is terrifying. Camelot just posted a picture.
Oh God!
I'm gonna share my.
Oh,
I'm gonna share my screen.
what's Camelot going to post now? Is it going to be weird man boobies? He's showing off his man boobies, isn't he?
No.
He's
No.
not. He's usually showing off his man boobies.
Oh, I just saw
I
this.
saw Adam. Adam retweeted that. Yeah.
Oh God!
That is terrifying.
Let me in, man.
Is it real? Like that?
I don't
it's
know.
one of those-
I want to know if this is real.
I do too. 'cause
I
that's
have to
creepy as
know.
fuck.
It kind of looks
Ugh.
real because those girls look terrified.
I found the Elon tweet, the full thread right here. Actually,
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I love how Elon responds to the Hodge twins, but not Alyssa Milano.
Mhm.
Probably has her muted. But
I would too.
Tim Pool and Steven Crowder have talked about this. Like they looked into electric vehicles and they said no. The only good electric car is literally the Tesla. All the other ones are too overpriced and they don't last as long.
Well, even the problem with the Tesla is like the battery, like to replace the battery in it is like 20 grand.
Mhm.
Like it's not a, you know, there's a lot that needs to be worked out with electric cars. And the problem is like
we need
the creation of the car expends a lot of fossil fuels.
It's a lot more
Like-
carbon footprint than the actual carbon cars.
Right. And like we use fossil fuels for other products besides fucking vehicles. Like some of like the everyday products you use are, you know, petroleum based, you know, things. So like it's just it's all been a scam for a long time, and to some extent, like I don't doubt. I mean, the climate goes through different cycles all the time. I don't doubt that we have had some sort of effect on the environment as our population has grown. To whether or not it's catastrophic at this point, it doesn't seem so. I feel like we've been lied to, at least in the generations surrounding us. So like since the 70s, they've been talking about.
Let's see, because I can remember my mom talking about them just pushing the idea of this other ice age is coming.
Yeah,
And I
they were
was
doing
born.
Ice Age then.
You know, and then of
We're
course I grew up in the period of the ozone layer and
Yep.
acid rain.
Yep.
We're still coming out of an ice age, and Nogreenrocks. I found Cenk Uger's perfect partner.
Oh God, is this something I could show on stream?
Yes.
Information. But anyway, I've only had like one sexual partner in the last year, so I don't think I have to worry about that because I'm fairly certain that they're not sleeping with anyone else because it's my dog.
Oh my god, that is
Wow, that came out of left field.
Wow.
that is some.
I'm happy that my Twitter videos are finally working again.
You got some
I'll-
weird things you see on Twitter, man.
As
Alex gets
retweeted
arrested.
that one. As retweeted that one.
Because he probably was like, "Where's the peanut butter? I don't see the peanut butter."
Jeez,
I'm
these people
so
are
happy I
nuts.
can interact with this stuff.
It's so funny because like the normies don't see this stuff and they don't realize that this is out there and people are congratulating it and they're giving they're giving it like all the attention.
Excuse me.
And the normies have no idea that this is about like this kind of stuff is about to come cascading on top of them, and they're gonna be like, "What the hell just happened?" I don't want to be a bigot. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be that. So like I'm gonna have to support it, but I don't really want
Bring
to
shame
support it.
back. Bring shame back.
Yes.
You're not a bigot if you shame somebody, because sometimes you need to shame somebody.
Wait, someone
No.
publicly admitted to fucking a dog?
Yeah,
Shank
she
Uger
just
publicly
said
admitted
it.
to wanting to fuck a horse.
Yeah. If it was consensual. Now, God, if it's consensual, it's fine.
How do you
It would
have
kill
consent?
you. Does he realize that would kill him? Like,
It would kill him, but I mean, there's girls that have done it.
Well, I mean, there are donkey shows
People
at Tijuana
are-
for a reason.
There are some interesting toys out there. Let's say that.
A bunch of crazy people.
Like there's the Baldo for example.
So, is there anything
saw
else on the agenda?
I'm
Because
sure there's
after
something.
that, I'm speechless right now, man.
Hey, how about the Mets? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I saw that video and I thought we've been having this discussion about like everything falling to shit, and then there's a girl that just lays it out there and everything's falling to shit.
The problem is it's hard to be shocked about anything anymore.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
want shame to come back. Shame is good. Shame is our way of saying, hey, this is not okay.
This is a harm to society, not a help.
Yes. You
think-
showing
no,
off your
here's the thing.
feminine.
People need to feel shame. No one feels shame anymore. Like, I don't think it's good to shame people, but like people need to feel shameful about the shit they do, because if they did, they wouldn't do half the shit they did. You wouldn't be talking about fucking a horse or fucking a dog like live on some platform.
I
You shouldn't be
disagree.
getting paid by a pug.
I think people feel shame still. I think they do feel shame. That's why they come out and they show this stuff to the world. That's why you get, for instance, not Adam, Rachel Levine. You get this person constantly showing up that I'm the first all-female person admirable in the government, and in reality they're a trans individual. They have to constantly say, I'm this, I'm that, I am this, I am this gender, I am that thing, I'm bi, because they do feel shame, but they have to get this affirmation. No,
I mean,
That's-
I disagree. I don't think they do. I think they believe that they are way better than everyone, and they don't feel that, and that's part of the problem. And I think you see it with so many people on the left and on the right, but like you see it with a lot of progressives. They have no shame about what it is they're doing, what they're saying. Like, there's people actively trying to bring segregation back, to bring back, like, you should feel shame in every bit of that, and they don't. They think they're saving people. Like, we already did this.
I think there's probably people on both sides that really do feel shame, but then people that really don't feel shame, because the people that are pushing actual segregation, I don't think they feel shame. I think they're proud of what they're doing. And that
Wow,
is
I
disgusting.
obviously walking on DermyWermy talking about trans stuff.
Well, hey,
Hi,
to pop
buddy.
culture, we saw the tweet from Mark the Cyborg. Just say congratulations.
Hey.
We have it
Thanks.
popped up during the show, so I haven't had a chance to see it, but I'll definitely be watching it after the stream.
I'll check it out.
Okay, thank you.
Was
Thank you.
it was it good, buddy?
Was it good?
Yeah. Still, it's gonna be like several parts, so I'm still like editing some stuff. Mark's gonna release like the initial 3 or so. How did you guys enjoy the intro? Huh?
We loved it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Shags was wondering what movie that was from, and
I wasn't wondering.
Oh, okay.
No, it was
CJ
me.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew.
Jeremy's never seen it.
It's like my favorite movie.
Makes your nerd cred go way down.
I was able to tell you where Jason David Frank was in all of Power Rangers
Okay.
This is
without
true.
Well,
looking
okay,
up
that
something.
balances it
This
out
is
a
true.
little bit.
So true pop culture. You know, we've had a very kind of depressing stream actually. You know, talking about a bunch of really serious shit.
Okay,
You
should
know,
I leave then?
trans- And you know what that means?
No, that doesn't mean what I think it means. Don't.
We
even.
need some jokes.
Come on, True.
God damn it! You guys catch me unprepared always.
We have 15. We have 15 people watching. Do you want to drop it down to 8?
Now I'm pretty sure. I am pretty sure True Pop Culture can pull something out of his butt
Okay.
and make it very funny.
Okay, Superman, don't kill me.
Hey, as long as it's not cringe, I'm good with it.
All right. Why did Hitler kill himself?
Why?
That's all I got. All right. You can. I can face the wall now, Soups. I accept punishment.
What was the one I heard the other day? Why did he? What? There were 2 people at a funeral, and the girl looks at him and goes, "Why do you have a boner at a funeral?" And he goes, "It's my morning wood."
Oh, that's bad. Jeez, every time you guys do jokes, I regret it. You see, even Shags turned off his camera for this one.
Yeah. I have that effect on people.
Why can't Hitler join track? Because he can't
Yeah,
even
but-
finish race.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Finish a race war.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
No,
You guys-
7,
you guys are
8.
so
Finish
bad.
a race. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna blame all you guys when this stream gets taken down. That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, technically, he didn't finish any race. He was
Well,
trying to build one, but okay. You know what? I'm thinking too much about it.
So
There
how's
was
your
a-
week? How's your
There's an
week
old
going? Did you
song.
enjoy Thanksgiving, True Pop?
I don't do Thanksgiving here in the UK's. I watch everybody bitch about Indians
Grant.
and stuff like that all the time on Twitter, though. So that's always fun.
it's
I
very
did
good.
say I commented on Yellow Flash's tweet. Yellow Flash said, "I don't feel guilty for being American. Native Americans can go suck it, blah blah blah, something like that." And I said, didn't Native Americans believe that land couldn't be owned? So technically, the land wasn't theirs to begin with. So I did a bit of American history, but I don't know that much. So I don't know if that's
It depends
true.
on the tribe.
Oh,
Did you
okay.
know we
Then
got
again-
Interesting. Yeah,
There's-
go on.
Inmountable history of tribes destroying other tribes.
Oh yeah,
We didn't
yeah.
get the.
It wasn't
we-
all just peace and rainbows and love when we showed up on the shores going, "Oh, we're gonna take everything." No,
Oh,
they
no.
were taking shit from each other constantly.
Yeah, and their scalps.
You do know we didn't get the term cannibal until Christopher Columbus came over, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
There was 2
So-
tribes, and one of them was actually named the cannibal, and they actually ate the other
Yeah.
tribe.
Yeah. So deep
As,
down,
Just like
all of
Chicago.
humanity has a monster inside of it. It's not just colonialists.
So what I want to start doing is
So,
at the end of
we're
the
not the only
streams,
bad guys.
I want to scroll through some of the memes that were done in the background. You guys can continue your conversation, but I'm going to be getting some of the memes up from the week because you guys post some pretty funny stuff, and I do want them to be seen. Also, Kenzo's art pops up in there, and there's some fire ones.
You know what? Mr. Grant Gregory's right. It was the English that caused the colonization, not me.
I mean,
I'm
how many
Irish.
of us are? No, how many of us are descendants of actual immigrants? Like, quite a bit.
Well,
I would assume.
How do you define
I-
immigrant?
I am a immigrant, so there's that.
Like you'd have to be first generation American.
Oh, what do you mean by immigrant? Immigrant means
Well, I mean for Dermy would have to be first. Like
Generation? Yeah, I'm not.
yeah, okay.
I have
Like-
family here at the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have family from that far back. Like they all came around World War II, if not like 60 years ago as well.
I have part of my family, came from Germany around after World War One, and they had some name called Wilhelm.
I actually have some Indian in my background, so
I do too.
Cherokee.
Did you use it for college credits?
Nope, I didn't have enough. And my great grandmother refused to sign the Dawes rolls because she didn't want to deal with the government. So I have no proof of it.
My family was one of the founding families of Kansas, so
Wow, fuck you for that.
Okay.
I have to live under that cesspool.
Kansas.
Yeah.
Kansas is a wonderful state.
I don't think I
Colorado,
revealed
that
this on. I don't think I revealed this on stream, but I'm Polish, so I'm
Oh,
God, I miss Polak jokes.
yeah.
They're
I
so
Was
good
there any
when I was a
Polish jokes
kid.
there? Okay.
I don't know
explains
very
the
many
me being
Polak
offensive.
jokes, but I know plenty of Czech jokes.
Yeah, I would ask that we not do those. Thank you very much.
Well, they're mainly like drinking jokes. Poles like to drink, so.
It's like when in the 90s I heard the joke, what do you do if an Iraqi throws a grenade at you?
Yeah,
Pull
go
the pin
on.
and throw it back.
That's fair. I mean,
My favorite joke I told this week was because Mr. Grant Gregory put out that clip of Nogreenrocks to try to hype up the interview, and it's just him going like,
Yeah, I tried to be as genuine as I could on that.
I
got wrecked.
I said our fearless leader, and I put a GIF from Team America World Police, Durka, and all that.
Durka, Muhammad Jihad.
Why didn't anyone like the first thing I thought of was that the deaf trans woman singing Whitney Houston.
That was a great.
Oh, that would have been.
Yep.
whoever let her on stage
That's
is a
just
complete asshole.
I know.
I gotta
man, that's
teach you how to
awful.
meme, Shags. I gotta teach you how to meme.
I was convinced. Oh my god, I was convinced she was doing a whale song.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so bad. Like, I'm all for diversity and inclusion, but that is just cruel, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's cruel.
Mm-hmm.
That was just putting someone up to get mocked and ridiculed.
Yeah.
You didn't deserve
Listen. They will never know that they got mocked and ridiculed because they're deaf and mute.
it. True.
Oh no.
Hamburger. What?
I do not know.
Oh, Harambe.
Oh,
I
there
think
you
it's
go.
Harambe. I'm not sure. It could
Mr.
be.
Grant
I'm
Gregory, tits
contemplating-
up for Harambe.
Okay.
Show me your bobs.
Is Harambe soups in this situation? I think. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I'm not pulling my dick out for
Oh, that's
rock,
what she
so,
was
you know.
saying during the song.
Wait. Sure, she was.
Okay. I see how it is.
Oh God.
Did
It
that?
was-
I'm looking through these memes and I'm trying to decipher the meaning of today's stream. It's like fun to look back on. Like you don't hear to the live stream, but you look back on the memes and you just like kind of like translate what went on. In
Was that a
stream,
naked
you know?
Muppet?
No, that was
Was it? Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
That's Kermit naked.
Yeah, that's a naked
I
mom.
mean, the fact that you see it as naked it says a lot.
I want to watch a Muppet
Well,
Christmas Carol now.
Why couldn't Miss Piggy talk on the phone?
Yeah, go on.
She had a frog in her throat.
Oh.
I knew that one.
What's Miss Piggy's favorite snack? Or
Oh,
what's
that's
Kermit's
really
favorite
good.
snack?
Bacon.
That is really good. I
No,
like
take
that.
it a
Bacon
blanket.
strips.
Guys, have you really not heard the
Ooh.
that Hitler joke that I told? I thought it was like a popular one. I thought like it'd be a shot. Like,
No,
you guys
we're not
haven't heard
allowed
of
to
that one.
say Hitler jokes here in America for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Did you ever
That's
see
a-
the? Did you guys ever
Quite-
watch Whose
Oh
Line
my
Is It
God,
Anyway?
that's terrifying.
What?
Oh god.
Did you guys ever watch Whose Line Is It Anyway when Drew Carey was hosting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the Hitler episode?
Don't think so.
There
It's
was
been
an
a while,
episode
though.
where they were going to
Oh,
do
it was
some
during the
sketch.
interview she was saying.
There was some sketch where they were going to do a whole joke about Bill Cosby and Hitler. And a producer literally walks up to the table and tells Drew that they can't make Hitler jokes.
Okay.
So for the next 5 minutes, nothing but Hitler jokes.
I was proud of that one. Why can't we make fun of bad people?
No, we can't. We can make fun of bad people, but YouTube will wipe the stream if we're not careful. That's the issue. Unfortunately, I have to be careful because we're trying to grow the channel, so we have to go by their rules. If it's on Odyssey or such, then it's fine.
I wasn't talking about this because I know we can't, but I'm more talking about like society as a whole. Why can't we make fun of bad people? Why is it so abhorrent? There it is. You don't have your audio sharing. That is basically what it is. Why is it so abhorrent to make a Nazi joke? Why is it so abhorrent to talk about the commies? Why is this so bad? Because you think you're gonna rile them up or something? No, we're making fun of them because they were awful people.
Yeah.
That's a bit.
Just so people know, you put those on people you don't like.
Well, that's on a person we don't like, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
We
LeBron James.
Brown James.
Golden.
Oh my god!
Wait,
I bought my. I didn't buy my.
I thought that was Derby for a second.
Azor. I didn't buy my Azor Gary plushie yet. I want to, but I bought my Canadian.
Is that
bear.
Ryan after Taco Bell?
I bought
No, it's
the
the
Muller
quartering.
plushie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
Taco
because
Bell?
people. No, that's because the girls had a girls stream,
Okay.
and they deduced that they believe the quartering farted on Tuesday night's main event. That's a funny one. If you had your volume share, your audio share, that's hilarious. What the fuck?
A lot of video memes here, I see.
Oh god, I love that. Decay needs to get ranked at some point.
Yes, he does. Well,
'Cause he's been dick riding Shatner for 60 years.
I'm 100%.
How is he getting hired? He got.
Go ahead. Oh, well, I'm 100% convinced.
Hired as a.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
One of us go.
All right, you go. You go.
Okay,
You go.
I'm 100% convinced Decay is only surviving because he wants to outlive Shatner, and same is vice versa. They will not die until the other one dies.
Yeah.
Okay, now your turn, True.
He was cast in Avatar: The Last Airbender Netflix series
Oh my
as the
god.
creepy. What was it called? The type of bug. What's it called?
The bug? Oh, I
Centipede.
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes.
The
So,
one that can
and-
change its faces.
Yeah, and ER made a funny joke. Oh, perfect casting, a creeper just like. Yeah. So I
God, there it
appreciate
is.
So I saw this picture live. That is sheep.
Run through AI, basically.
Oh, I was
He
trying
looked
to figure
like
out 'cause-
that weird show on Cartoon Network on Adult Swim where the guy had the legs that were backwards and the chicken beak and the snake hand.
Actually, you know what I think that was?
Xander?
That was the combo of Amarada and sheep, I think.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
All right, guys, we have a few minutes left of the show, so I just wanted to thank Shags for being here. I know it's a Saturday, and I know you got family obligations, so I appreciate you coming on. And True Pop Culture, thank you for hopping in towards the end. I appreciate what you do, and congratulations on doing that video. I'm excited to see that after the stream. So Shags, do you have anything that you're having this week?
Well, nothing crazy or anything. I've been really working on building my Rumble and Odyssey. I've almost completely moved away from Twitch. I actually turned in my affiliate status. I'm no longer have an affiliateship with them. So it takes away a lot of the cool features of the site and the channel, but I was sick of giving them half of the money I'd earned. So I have locals now. You can support me on locals, Rumble, Odyssey, YouTube. Obviously is like where I do everything now. But I've been playing a lot of games and also doing a lot of live streams. I have my daily show, the Daily Shag, that I started doing. This week was a really kind of a shit show because I've been sick all week. But starting next week, we're gonna have a daily news show. Wednesdays will be obviously the midweek hump. This week we have Carrie Smith on, so 9 p.m. Mountain Time. Carrie Smith will be joining us on the midweek hump. She's a really, really cool person. If you don't follow her on Twitter, you need to. But other than that, man, like I said, support me on Rumble, follow me on locals, support on locals if you want. But that's where I've been like doing everything. I'll be posting pictures of my new office and studio as we start doing more. We're going to start doing framing, I think, next week of like new wall and everything. So that'll all be kind of a member only exclusive content. Plus I do at least one stream a week on Monday is like a weekly or weekend wrap up and update vlog for me and my life. So, but thanks guys for having me on. You guys are fucking awesome. Everything you do just makes me laugh. Being able to feature you guys at the end of our show is always like fun. Like it's truly been an honor to be a part of, and on your list of shows to do stuff with. So,
of course,
thank you.
man. Thank you for enjoying the content.
Mm-hmm.
CJ, do you have anything going on this week?
Not specifically this week. I've got 2 more songs I'm working on to finish up a GoldenEye album that I've been working on for several months. So once I get those 2 finished, then I'll actually do a live stream premiere of the whole thing, so everyone can check out. Because it'll be, other than the opening music and the closing music, it's all original tracks, but using the sounds from the N64 game directly.
Awesome. That's gonna be really cool. I'll probably like listen to that on the side for no reason. Just like sit there and listen to it.
It's just that soundtrack is still one of the greatest game soundtracks ever made.
Absolutely. True pop culture. Do you have anything going on this week?
Not particularly. Well, apart from Mark the Cyborg's videos, is essentially doing like we're essentially doing like an edit of God of War Ragnarok. We're kind of showing it as a movie, essentially, because games are so cinematic these days. So yeah, it'll be like multiple parts. I think like right now, like two are like up and done. So don't know how many he'll release, but yeah, it's gonna be some parts. So if you'd like to watch that, then yeah, feel free to support and subscribe to him. I'm planning to do a EFAP animated highlight next. I don't know what it will be, but I'll have to catch up with some EFAP podcasts to know that what I'm going to choose as a moment to animate. Apart from that, yeah, nothing. Sorry for being late, guys, and thanks for having me on, Sips.
Yeah, no worries, man. Thank you for doing that intro. That was great of you. I know it was late notice, but I appreciate you doing that. Dermy, do you have anything coming up this week?
Nothing spectacular. Just videos Monday through Saturday. I won't streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Will not be on the meme stream next Saturday. I have prior obligations, so I'm sorry, guys. Your sexy thought will be gone. So,
I'll take your spot.
No.
you won't see my luscious boobs.
Actually, I don't have a problem with that. Thank God.
All right, everybody. We're going to be wrapping up now. My name is Superman. If you wasn't scared of Green Rocks, or Nogreenrocks for short, you can catch me on every midweek hump, and you can catch us at the same time, same place every week on Saturdays. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Bye.
I'm fucking right.